Hey there, it's Steve from Serious Keto, and in this video I'm going to be giving you my in-depth review of the UltraHuman AIR fitness tracking ring. About 3 years ago, I did a review of the Oura fitness tracking ring, and while I liked it, I didn't love it enough to justify the $350 price tag. The major issues that I had with it were, one, it was kind of bulky, enough so that it was uncomfortable for me to wear. Number two, I didn't feel that the features that it brought in terms of tracking were robust enough to really replace devices that I already had, namely my Apple Watch and my Withings sleep mat. But the third thing was the real deal breaker for me, which was even after paying $350 for the ring, I still needed to pay $7.50 a month subscription fee just to get at some of my data. Now in this video, I will not be specifically comparing the UltraHuman AIR ring to the Oura ring because that was 3 years ago, and I recognize that there may have been some changes that Oura has made to their app, to their rings, etc. But I do know they still have the subscription fee. So back near the tail end of April, UltraHuman sent me one of their rings for review. And I wanted to make sure that I gave it a full, deep, in-depth tryout before letting you know what I think of it, starting with the whole ring sizing and ordering process. So here is the ring sizing kit. It was fulfilled by Amazon, and as a result, it only took about a day or two for it to arrive. And inside the first box is a second box. And inside that box we have our instructions and our rings. All right, 10 looks a little bit big. 9 is comfortable, but still looking a little big. And 8 looks about perfect. It says on the card here that they recommend that you wear the UltraHuman ring on your index finger, in which case I'm a size 10, possibly an 11 given how hard this is to get off. Yeah, I'm thinking maybe an 11 if it's index finger. I don't like the look of a ring on my index fingers, so I think we're going to stick with the ring finger here. This is the 7, and I think if I get this over my knuckle, I'm probably not getting it off. So we're going to stick with the 8. So now I just need to download the UltraHuman app and place my order. It's been 1 week since I sent my ring sizing information to UltraHuman, and I got a notification that it could probably be 4 to 6 weeks until I received my ring. But I received it yesterday. Now I don't know if I got some sort of expedited treatment since I'm an influencer and doing this review, so just bear that in mind. It could take a week, could take 4 weeks. Another thing that's going to be different for me versus for any other customer is UltraHuman picked up the cost of shipping and customs for me. This shipped from India, so it's going to go through customs. They disclose this fully on their website, so it's not a surprise. They tell you what you need to say if you need to do any sort of customs declaration when it arrives. I have not yet even opened the box, and that's what we're going to do right now. Oops. That didn't work real well. Try from the other side. Not the smoothest opening box here, or I'm just not very good at it. All right. So inside the first box is the second box. Pretty classy look here. Reminds me a lot of an Apple product in terms of packaging. Yeah, definitely very similar to Apple products in terms of the packaging. We have the ring, and this is a pretty slick looking ring. It's lighter weight. Oops. It's lighter weight than I expected, and I don't know, in terms of size versus the sizing ring, and I've been wearing the sizing ring ever since I placed the order because I wanted to get used to the feel of something like a ring on my right hand, which I'm just not used to. Pop this off. I think the exterior diameter of the ring is just a tiny, tiny little bit less than what it is for the sizing ring. got the little welcome card, a package that says, "Hello Cyborg," which has the getting started guide, how to charge, and user manual. The charging station, and it seems to me this is quite a bit smaller than the Oura ring that I reviewed a couple of years ago. And then we've got what appears to be a USB-C cable. And it is USB-C on both ends. So that means you're either going to need an AC adapter or some sort of a power strip, or you're going to need to plug it into your computer, and your computer is going to need to have a USB-C port, or you're probably going to need to invest in a standard USB, that's type A to type C connector. In terms of the getting started guide, it says the first thing I need to do is charge the ring. So I need to find an outlet or an adapter somewhere in this house that I can plug this into and give it a full charge. And I'll be back once it is charged. So while the ring is charging, let's take a look at the other included documentation to see if there's anything special you should know about. The UltraHuman Ring Air is waterproof up to 100 meters and sweatproof, meaning you can safely wear your ring during showers, a quick swim, scuba dives, etc. However, we do not recommend submerging the ring in water for over 30 minutes or beyond 100 meters underwater. Do not puncture the ring or battery. Keep it exposed to heat or sun for a prolonged period. There's a semicolon in there. I think they should just say or. So do not puncture or keep it exposed to heat. The ring can easily endure everyday wear and tear. It is made of a titanium shell with a tungsten carbide coating. However, we don't recommend wearing your ring while lifting heavy weights or working with heavy or sharp objects. The ring can scratch other surfaces, gold, silver, and get scratched based on the material's tensile strength and repeated contact. Clean with a soft cloth or mild soap. Nothing really else. Mostly warranty information, little disclaimers, that sort of stuff. Also, this card which says, "Hey there, you've got your hands on more than a ring. It's a compact powerhouse, a loyal companion, a silent cheerleader. Crafted with titanium and armored in tungsten carbide, it's a masterpiece of style and strength. But hey, even the coolest tech isn't invincible. This ring might pick up a few battle scars along the way, especially when you're crushing it with those dumbbells. But aren't those scars the coolest?" Seems like they're trying to be a little overly hip with this, but just like a luxury watch develops a patina over time, your ring will wear its scratches like badges of honor, each one telling a unique tale of your journey. So wear your ring, embrace its journey, and remember, every scratch is a story. Let's do this. So now that it's been a half an hour, I am going to pair the ring with my phone. I'm using an iPhone. If you have an Android, it may be a little bit different. But you do need to keep the ring docked on the charger while going through the pairing process, which I'm going to show you right here. So here's the app. I connect the ring. I'm going to use Apple to connect it. And then I'm going to shoot past my personal information. It wants to use Bluetooth, which I am going to allow. And let's see here. Waiting. All right. It appears to have discovered it. And now it's connecting. And then it starts asking for some things like my body weight, which I guess I can't just type in. I need to use this little scroll wheel down here. And that's not going quickly. Oh, I can import from Apple Health. All right. Cool. So we'll let it import everything. And there it's got my weight. A little heavy after this winter. Been lifting a lot and haven't been running. In terms of my height, we'll get that in. 5'9". My age, 56. And male, medium activity. All right. We are connected. All right, they have a new mode here, breathwork mode. I guess I'll discover that a little bit later. Dismiss. A little picture of the sleep insights. Listen to your body clock. Here's how active I am. HRV insights.
Oh, heart rate variability and recovery. Okay. So here we are. Got it. What do we do now? I guess put on the ring. So I'm taking off the sizing ring, and here we go. Ooh. That's actually pretty comfortable. It is just barely thinner than the sizing ring, but I can tell you the Oura ring that I tried out a year, 2, 3 years ago, this is definitely not as bulky as that. In fact, the Oura ring, I had to wear a size 9 because it had 3 different sensors on the inside, whereas the UltraHuman ring just has that single sensor in it. So I can wear a thinner ring as a result. And throughout the course of this video, I will probably be referring to the Oura ring because I plan on comparing this, the UltraHuman, both to the Oura ring and then some other functionality like my Apple Watch and the Withings sleep mat. I want to see how the data looks. How do they compare? Are they similar? Does one give more data or less data or better data? Now, because there's no additional manual with this, it's going to be important to me that this app be very, very intuitive. I'm going to start by clicking up in the upper right-hand corner here. I don't know what that is. Okay, my ring. Protect your ring with UltraHuman X. What is that all about? Okay, so I can pay some money essentially for a warranty and a trade-in, it looks like. Don't think I'm going to do that. Check for new firmware update. Let's do that. You are on the latest firmware. All right, cool. Got some reset. Oh, there's a guide in there, troubleshooting. All right, cool. We'll check all that out later. Anything else in here? My profile. So I was a little bit concerned when I went to download the app and it said it had in-app purchases. One of the things that I disliked about the Oura ring is that there was a monthly charge to use it if you wanted to get the full host of data that it could provide. And I would have been really bummed. And in fact, had that been the case with this ring, had I needed some sort of a subscription, I would probably already be done with this review because I suffer from subscription fatigue. I'm tired of buying something and then having to pay for it again and again, like Quicken and Microsoft Office and so on. I like just to be able to buy it, own it, it's mine. And it appears that is what the case is with this ring, that any in-app purchase is just for the warranty and trade-in and that sort of stuff. So happy there. But now it's time for me to start putting this ring through its paces. I'm going to test it for a month or so. I'm going to try out various sleep products as well as I do this, just so I can kind of kill 2 birds with 1 stone and create another review. But yeah, that's it. I'll be back shortly. For you, probably a couple of weeks to a month for me.
So I have been using the UltraHuman AIR ring now for over 2 months, and during that time, UltraHuman has added a host of additional features to their app. And here are some of the features that they have added. Dynamic recovery score. This looks at a blend of different metrics, including your heart rate variability, skin temperature, etc., and gives you an idea of how good your day is going to be. The breathwork mode, I'm going to get into this in detail, so we'll come back to that in a minute. Stress rhythm. There are times of the day when stress is good. There are times of the day where it isn't. This helps you monitor that. Shift work is a feature that was added probably within just the last month, so it adjusts all the circadian rhythm aspects of this app based on your shift. Vision, I do not have access to yet. This is a desktop PC app that allows you a more holistic look at all of your data. Locate my ring, kind of like Find My iPhone. Tossing and turning insights. This was just added also within the past month. So how much you're moving around when you're sleeping. And then finally, another one that was recently added, morning alertness, which takes a look at all kinds of different sleep factors and kind of gives you an idea of how alert you're going to be right in the morning. So let me take you through the app in real time now that it's been populated with data. First off, we have my movement score, and I get up early in the morning and either go walking or running, so I'm doing great on the movement score. If I dive deeper down into it, I can see my overall movement index on any given day, how many steps I've taken, active hours, calories burned, and if I had a workout in there, that would be logged as well. Then we have the stress rhythm, which I showed in some of the new features. So there's basically a sort of a curve or plateau. So there are times of the day, obviously, you don't want to be stressed, like when you're sleeping or maybe getting ready to sleep. But there are times in the day where stress can be healthy, and that's what's logged right here. So I can see where I'm stressed, where I'm stimulated, where I'm relaxed, etc. And you can see this morning, there's my workout, there's my went out for a walk. That was my little bit of stress or stimulation or activity. Next is the dynamic recovery score. So how well I'm going to bounce back today, be energetic. One of the factors in here that says that needs attention is skin temperature. And I'm not sure why the skin temperature variation is a big deal. I don't know how much that can be impacted by whether I'm wearing my ring when I'm doing something like washing dishes, for example, and it heats up. I don't know. Then there's my sleep score. And I'm actually going to pick a day from last week and compare the sleep scores from Apple Health, my Withings sleep mat, and the UltraHuman ring. So this is Thursday, July 11th, and Thursday nights are the nights where my grandson sleeps over, and I think I go more into dad mode at that point because just any little sound seems to wake me up. I'm aware when he gets up to go to the bathroom or he comes into our room because he's had a bad dream or something like that. So looking at the stats, my sleep index was 81. 100 is the best score. Some of the contributing factors towards not getting 100 are my sleep efficiency, my temperature, the consistency. So the time I went to bed, it monitors that. Over time, and this is something that I think is pretty cool about this app, is it starts understanding your circadian rhythm and starts recommending ideal times to go to bed, ideal times to take stimulants like caffeine. I don't know what other stimulant I would take, but it will alert you when it's okay to start consuming caffeine and when you should start to taper off to improve your sleep. In terms of my sleep stages, it's got the amount of time that I was awake, my REM sleep, my light sleep, my deep sleep, as well as any sort of tossing and turning at night, and then my overall morning alertness. It also captures my average oxygen saturation and heart rate as I'm sleeping. Now, I'm going to compare this to my Withings sleep mat on that same day. So the Withings sleep mat gave me a sleep quality score of 89. Now the information in the Withings sleep app is a little bit different than what comes with the Oura ring. I don't know if it's necessarily better. It seems like there's not as much in it. It captures breathing disturbances, some snoring. Now this is interesting. I wonder if the Withings sleep mat, since I share a bed with my wife, if it picks up on any of her movement, her snoring, etc. When I go into the Apple Health app, it's not completely clear to me which data takes priority, whether it's the UltraHuman AIR ring or if it's the Withings sleep mat. The graphs look very similar across all three. I wish I could open all three apps at once and compare them side by side, but one of the things that I've noticed is it does seem like the Withings mat scores a little bit higher in terms of the sleep score than the ring. And I really feel that based on how I wake up, how rested I feel, I'm leaning towards the ring in terms of which one I believe the most. Back to the UltraHuman app, I had talked about the stimulant permissible window and when it's okay to have caffeine. And this does vary based on when you get up and I think maybe even your sleep quality. One of the things that it does is it will not allow you, or it tells you not to have stimulants first thing in the morning, that you need to let the adenosine clear your system so that then whatever stimulants you're using are sort of optimized within your body. Next up, breath work. I mentioned this in new features. This has got all manner of different guided breathing activities, whether it's box breathing, so it's inhale for 4, hold for 4, exhale for 4, hold for 4, or Wim Hof breathing. There's all manner of different breathing exercises in here, and the fact that all of these are included is pretty amazing to me. You have the ability to log workouts within this. This is currently in beta mode. I'm not using it to log my workouts. I log those on my Apple Watch, and they are then imported into the UltraHuman app. The integration with other apps on the UltraHuman app is amazing. it is really pretty slick, including if you're using an Abbott Freestyle Libre, it will actually bring that data in as well, your glucose data. However, I use a Dexcom and they're not integrated with the Dexcom G7 app yet. You can also set up things like SMART goals. For example, how many steps did I get in? How many active hours? How many active minutes? Did I go to bed early? Did I wake up early? And so on. That's customizable for your goals. In terms of battery life, what I do is after I've gone out and done my morning exercise and I come home and I'm showering and shaving, while I'm showering and shaving and doing my morning routine, I just put the ring on the charger and have found that just doing that stretches it out a solid 3 weeks or longer before I need to do a full charge, like an hour-long charge on it. Pretty impressive battery life. Another thing in this app, if I go into Discover, there are all manner of different videos on metabolic fitness. There are, I believe, some guided meditation apps in here, or guided meditation videos, workout videos. Again, the content in this app is really pretty amazing, and the fact that it is free, there is no monthly charge for this app and all of the bonus content, I think that makes for a very big selling point for the UltraHuman AIR. So now let's talk about some downsides, and they're minor in my opinion, but I think I would be remiss to not mention them. First off, unlike my wedding band, which I'm not even aware that I have on, it feels like it's part of me. This does not feel like it's part of me. Yes, it is smaller than the Oura ring, but it's still not 100% natural feeling to me. And I think part of that could just be my hand shape. Where this ring rests on my ring finger winds up kind of being right at the exact same height as my knuckle on my pinky finger here. I think if I were to do it all over again, I would probably fit it towards my middle finger where it's not going to rub against other stuff. And, just looking at the space between fingers, I feel like there's more space there. I think it would be more comfortable on my middle finger. The other thing is this app for the UltraHuman AIR is a little bit notification happy. And yes, you can turn on and off notifications, but I would like to see a greater degree of granularity. For example, 2 p.m. every day it tells me how I slept last night. I don't need to see that. I'll check that out in the morning. I do like the alerts on the stimulant window. So when is it okay to start having some coffee? When should I taper off? I think that's good. But I would like to have a little bit more control over which notifications I receive and which I don't. The last thing that is going to be an issue, I think, for some people is the price. It's the same price as the Oura ring, so $350. That then kind of leads me to the next question, which is who is this for? And I think it's for anybody who is a data geek, who loves monitoring their metabolic health, and who maybe doesn't have some of the other monitoring devices that I have. For example, the Withings sleep mat. So if you don't already have something that monitors your sleep and you're looking for that, great. Or if you don't have some sort of a smartwatch and you still want a device that monitors your steps and monitors your sleep and monitors your oxygen saturation and heart rate and all of those sort of things, again, it does all of that. So for me, it is a little bit redundant with some of the other devices I have, but it is also very well integrated with them. I also think it's for people who, like me, have got total subscription fatigue. You want to buy something, you want to own it, and you don't want to pay a monthly fee. So if you feel like I'm describing you as a potential customer for the UltraHuman Ring, I will include a link down in the description below. There's no discount code, however, the first 10 people that use this link will get a free blackout mask, so one of these sleep masks that completely blacks everything out, as well as 6 months of UHX, which is their premium monthly add-on service, which includes an extended warranty. It includes, I believe, discounts with certain curated partners, things and companies like supplement companies. I think I saw Thorne in there, and that's a pretty high-quality brand. I will include a link down in the description below on UHX and what that includes, because I don't feel like my description really did it justice. So in summary, I have been very, very pleased with the UltraHuman AIR ring and the app. And even though it was provided to me for free to do a review, if they said to me right now, either return the ring or send us the $350 for the ring, I would buy the ring. That's how pleased I've been with it. It's also just been really exciting every month as I get an email from them highlighting some of the new features and features that they're working on within the app. They're not resting. They're continuing to improve this product, and that makes me feel good about it as well. So if you've been curious over the course of the last couple of months what this ring is all about, I hope this video was helpful to you and helped you decide whether or not this is the right product for you. That's it for this review though. Thanks for watching.